This is my interpretation of the horn bow used by natives of the Great Plain. It is just 36 inches long and it's made from solid fiberglass. Despite its length, it has draw weight of 70 pounds at 22 inches. I made this bow for the fellow YouTuber named The Sinister Swordsman. He has pretty cool channel about historical weapons and HEMA. So I will put his link in the description, and if you want you can check it. If you want the bow like this or any other design, you can send me an email. Now let's get to the building of this bow. Enjoy! I'm starting this project with these two strips of fiberglass. It's a really high quality epoxy fiberglass that I buy from AliExpress. It's a 6mm thick and 30mm wide. I will start by splicing these two together and then cutting it to length. This bow will be just 36 inches long, but it will be between 65 and 70 pounds at 23 inches, so it will be pretty powerful. So this is the splice. As you can see, it is far from perfect, but it really doesn't need to be any better than this. I will reinforce all of this heavily with the fiberglass. Now I will put some masking tape. And now to add the reflex into this handle, I will use just a few pieces of wood. Just take your time to align everything pretty good. Now when everything is aligned, I will use the baking soda and the CA glue to fix this. We need to fill all these gaps with baking soda and super glue. Now we can remove the masking tape. And we have our joint. Now I will just flatten all of this with a belt sander. I have found these two pieces. This is carbon fiber and this is fiberglass. They are almost perfect for the handle. I will just fill those gaps with fiberglass cloth and epoxy, and this will be perfect. I cut the bow to the length. Now it is 36 inches long. Next I will shape this handle a bit and then reinforce it further with the fiberglass and carbon fiber, because this part will be under a lot of stress. I've shaped the handle a little bit. Now to further reinforce the handle I will use these carbon fiber strands and fiberglass tape. Now I will compress everything with woven elastic. Little bit of CA glue will fix this temporarily. Now we have the basic shape of the bow. We just need to put some slight recurves here. That will help with the string angle. The only way to do that with the fiberglass bars is to split the bar, put the epoxy in and fix it to the curved form. And when it cures we will have our recurves. I have a detailed video tutorial on how to bend the fiberglass using that splitting method, so you can watch it. Our recurve will be just 13 centimeters long. I marked that length here. And I will use two splits. That will make bending of this recurve more easier. So I will mark the 2 millimeters here and 2 millimeters here. Use the mask when doing this. Now I like to use piece of wood to open this split, like that, and then use hacksaw blade to force the epoxy deep into this split. I will wrap this with plastic wrap and tape. I'm using the clamps that I made specially for this job, but you can use just a regular clamps. It is also the good idea to wrap this portion with a bicycle inner tube. I like to leave this for a few days to cure before stressing the bow. So this is the basic shape of our bow. I will taper the limbs a little bit here, and I will probably need to remove some material here because now this bow barely bends. Let's try to put string on and see what's the weight. It is super stiff, so let's check the draw weight. Here is the 23-inch mark, so let's see. Already 60 pounds here, so we need a lot of material removal. I've glued this piece of the dogwood in order to make the proper string grooves. Now it's about 70 pounds at 22 inches. Let's check the speed now. This bow has just 22 inches draw length. Because of that, it stores much less energy than the bow with a 28-inch draw. I will be using 500 grain arrows. That is about 7 grains per pound. $196.8. This is mistake. $195.8. 201. $193.8. $199.4. Let's try now the super heavy arrow. This one is 70 grams. $123.9. $124.6. This bow is actually pretty fast, considering it has just 22 inches draw length.